Hello, grade 10. So for today, we are going to talk about the geometric sequence. So when we say geometric sequence, these are the sequence that has a common ratio between two consecutive terms, wherein that common ratio is a constant. Okay, so we have here our given formula of a geometric sequence that is equal to a sub 1 times the common ratio raised to n minus 1, wherein our a sub n is the nth term. So itong formula yung ginagamit natin if we want to find a certain number of terms on our geometric sequence. A sub 1 is the first term, r is the common ratio, and n is the number of terms. So let's have an example. Example number 1. We have here our given sequence 2, -4, and 8. And we are asked to find the a sub 10 of our sequence. So let's identify first our given on our formula. Our given, the a sub 1 is the first term, which is 2. Our common ratio is, by getting the common ratio, you just have to divide the second term over the first term. Okay, so on this given, our second term is -4, our first term is 2, and -4 divides 2, that is -2. -2 is our common ratio. So that common ratio is what we multiply on each terms. Like for example, 2 times -2, that is -4. -4 times -2 times 8. 8 times -2, that is the next term, which is -16. But we are asked to find a sub 10. So our n here would be equal to 10. And our a sub n is equal to a sub 10. And using the formula, that is a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times the common ratio raised to n minus 1. The first term is 2. You just have to substitute your given. The common ratio is -2. And your n is 10. So you have here 10 minus 1. Simplify first the exponent. So you have here -2 raised to 10 minus 1. That is equal to 9. Now, after you simplify the exponent, simplify -2 raised to 9. Okay, that is -2 raised to 9. That is -512. So you have here 2 times -512. And 2 times -512, that is -1024. So, meaning to say, our a sub 10 is equal, or the 10th term of this sequence is equal to -1024. Okay, let's have an example number 2. Okay, for example number 2, you have here -16, -4, -1. And we are asked to find the a sub 16 or a sub 6 of this sequence. So the same process, let's identify first our given on our sequence. A sub 1 is equal to -16. Common ratio is equal to -4 divided by -16. That is positive 1/4. Our n is 60 since we are asked to find the sixth term. Now, using the formula, you have the a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times the common ratio raised to n minus 1. Then, you just have to, for your solution, you just have to substitute all the given on your formula. That is a sub 6 is equal to the first term, which is -16, times the common ratio of 1/4 raised to 6 minus 1. Okay, so again, the first step is you have to simplify first the exponent. 6 minus 1, that is 5. Now, 1/4 raised to 5 is the same as 1 raised to 5 and 4 raised to 5. Okay, so 1 raised to 5, that is 1, and 4 raised to 5, that is 1,024. So meaning 1/4 raised to 5 is equal to 1 over 1,024. Then we have to multiply this on your first term. So negative 16 times 1 over 1,024, that is negative 16 over 1,024. And it can be simplified as, since they are both divisible by 16, so we can divide both the numerator and denominator by 16. So you have here negative 1 over 64. So this is just a simplified form of our answer. So our a sub 6, or the sixth term of this sequence, is equal to negative 1 over 64. Okay, so let's move on to the last example. We have here a sequence of 4, 12, 36, and we are asked to find the seventh term of this sequence. So using the same process, let's identify our given. Our a sub 1 is equal to 4. Our common ratio, that is equal to 12 over 4, or that is equal to 3. And our n is 7. Then, using the formula of a geometric sequence, that is equal to a sub n is equal to the a sub 1 times the common ratio raised to n minus 1. Then after that, you just have to substitute all your given to your formula. So it is very essential that you have identify first the 3 given, then after that, substituting na lang on your formula. So a sub n, that is equal to a sub 7, is equal to the first term, which is 4, times the common ratio of 3 raised to 7 minus 1. 7 minus 1, that is 6. And 3 raised to 6, that is 729. So you have here 4 times 729. And 729 times 4, that is equal to 2,916. So our a sub 7, or the seventh term of this sequence, is 2,916. So with that, that concludes our review on geometric sequence, and thank you for finishing this video.